What's going on, everybody? Super Saiyan Paul here, back at it again. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super episode 129 as well as episode 130, leading into the finale with episode 131. So if you guys do not want to be spoiled as to what's going to be happening with Dragon Ball Super content, make sure you guys click off the video now. This is your spoiler alert warning. Make sure you guys click off now. If you guys are going to be continuing throughout the video, please hit me up with the like, subscribe, as well as turn on notifications. This way you guys can be alerted anytime we upload a new Dragon Ball Super video. Anyway guys, we're moving on into the discussion here. Today we're going to be talking about Frieza and how Mastered Ultra Instinct versus Jiren is going to work out in this final battle of Dragon Ball Super. So we do know for a fact that Dragon Ball Super episode 129, they're basically hiding Frieza to the fullest. They've been hiding Frieza for the past couple of episodes, and we saw in episode 127 that he just has no chance whatsoever against Jiren, but he's still in the ring. They never pushed a button on him being eliminated, and they've been hiding that. They've even been hiding things such as Android 17. They didn't push the button with him, I believe, because they didn't want to show Frieza being right next to him and trying to hide the fact that he's still in the ring, still in there. They're trying to make it look like it's just Goku and Jiren alone in this ring, even though that's not the case. Within these final 2 minutes, it's just going to be the spotlight on these two. However, there's going to be a moment where Frieza's going to have to be the key role or the key player after this fight starts to wear down, because what we know is in Dragon Ball Super episode 129, Goku versus Jiren, Jiren's going to be holding his own against Ultra Instinct. He's still going to be pushing Goku further and further while Goku's trying to unleash all of Jiren's power, and it's still not going to work in this episode until probably the very end, where Goku unleashes Mastered Ultra Instinct after this minute of battle. So with this minute being one of the most crucial parts of the show and Goku unlocking this form, Goku is potentially going to master Ultra Instinct in a different way other than what he did before. So what we knew is that basic Ultra Instinct Omen, before it's been previously mastered, in the past, especially in their first encounter, it just wore off, especially in that final punch. Remember when he jumped off the pillar in the center right towards Jiren and you saw the look in his eyes fading away? Well, with Mastered Ultra Instinct, we don't necessarily know if that's going to be the case in that final minute, because that final minute is episode 130, and he's going to be fighting him non-stop in this form, and he has to show us in those minutes how powerful is this form. Are the flaws of the original form covered, such as being worn down super quickly and stuff like that? How long is this form going to last? Because if he hits this Mastered Ultra Instinct, it's mastered, but is it like sustainable? Because if it's not sustainable, what if it wears off mid-combat? Or what if it wears off towards the end of the entire fight, like maybe in the last 5 minutes? This is where Frieza's role is going to be very crucial, because what if Goku is down and out and he needs somebody to jump in and catch Jiren off guard? Because Goku's probably going to wear Jiren off just as much. If Mastered Ultra Instinct uses up all of its power and Goku's worn out, it has to be able to compete with Jiren and wear him out as much as well. And there's still a chance, at very best, Jiren does not have a chance of winning this tournament. There's really no chance, but there's a chance that he could still pull off a stalemate against Goku in this form. He is still yet to unleash 100% of his power, and in episode 129, neither of them are going to be at 100%. Episode 130, they both are, but we don't know if it's going to be a stalemate, and that's the thing. But the way I see it, Jiren has absolutely no chance of winning this tournament, and I'll be going into that in another video. We're going to be saving that for later as to why it's basically confirmed for the most part that Jiren is not going to be winning the Tournament of Power. They are not going to be using him in a way to like branch off the scenarios that could possibly happen and all these mystery things about what he wanted to wish for. That's why his backstory was very shallow, but we'll go into that later on. With Frieza still being in the ring and him being teased as one of the greatest like hype mans of this entire tournament, because if he wasn't in this tournament, it would have added a little bit more of a straightforward plot. But with him still being in there, it's not as straightforward as they're making it out to be, because if they're still hiding him, that still creates hype, that still gives you another reason to watch episode 130 besides just the badass fight happening. There's something going on in the background with him, and that's what's going to keep us entertained on the side, because it's not just a fight that you're just going to watch and then have nothing else expected besides Goku winning. It's going to be, how is Frieza going to come into play in this? Because Frieza, I mentioned it again, has outlasted Toppo. He's outlasted maybe Ribrianne. I'll put that in there because she's been one of the most popular characters according to the Dragon Ball animes. I don't know why they kept putting her in here and the writers kept writing her in. So Frieza outlasted Ribrianne, Toppo, MVP Android 17, and MVP Vegeta. He outlasted the Vegeta speech and all of these things, all these major characters, but for what? He outlasted Hit, Kefla, all of these characters just to be hidden at the very end. And ever since the beginning, it's always been hyped up like he could possibly betray them, but that's not the case. I don't necessarily see him betraying Goku that much anymore. There's still that chance. It's a 50-50 chance of him betraying Goku or even killing Goku, because if he kills Goku, Goku's gonna most likely get wished back right away. That's the thing about it. And there's always the threat of Beerus keeping him in check, but if he gets the wish, that's the only thing that would probably throw everything out of whack. However, once again, in the video that's coming up later on, and why Jiren's being defeated and how it's just confirmed for Goku, I don't see it happening as much as I thought it would have been. It's just that with just a few episodes left, they don't have enough time to really elaborate on what's going to happen and really stretch out the content and make sure it's like detailed and everything. The way that's paced right now is just for the fight, and for one final moment with Frieza redeeming himself for the most part with the final attack against Jiren. Now, how this is going to work is either Goku is going to get worn out, be on the ground, and just powerless, and he's gonna come out of nowhere, and Jiren's gonna probably forget about him while he's weakened, and Frieza's gonna get a final attack and get his vengeance upon him. Now, what's gonna happen here is either Frieza's gonna get that final attack on him, or it's like one massive beam struggle, and like I've said before, it's like what happened in the Cell Saga with Vegeta versus Cell while Gohan was doing the final the father-son Kamehameha wave, and Vegeta just comes out of nowhere, blasts him, distracts him, and gets the attack off on Cell and basically eliminates him in that fashion. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Frieza's going to launch a sneak attack and get Jiren? Before, when he rushed him head on, it had absolutely no effect, and they showed us he cannot take Jiren on in a 1v1 fight. However, Frieza's still quite a powerful being, and if Jiren is weakened, especially after a fight at 100%, Frieza probably, for the most part, can probably do some sustainable damage on him in the final few seconds, if not ring him out while he's distracted by this monster known as Goku, because this form's known as Victory. And the weird thing is, this form is known and only made for Victory, but will it be somewhat defeated, or will all of the potential be unleashed in Mastered Ultra Instinct? Because if it is, why do they need Frieza at all if this form is going to be that powerful? The most powerful Goku in history, this form is only known for Victory, and it's basically plot armor in a form where he's going to be dodging every attack. This is supposed to be an invincible form for the most part, but invincibility, it's still gonna have a weakness. Jiren's good at spotting these things, especially with such like all of his fighting caliber and stuff like that. So maybe he might notice that Goku's weakening or powering down, or maybe that's the same flaw that even though he's mastered like the attack part of this, and he's managed to get some damage in, it still may be to the case where Jiren's pushing him to the point where it just still wears out and drains up all of the energy. Because Goku had little to none energy left. Vegeta tosses him a little bit of his energy right as he's getting ringed out. All of a sudden, even though Vegeta's drained, Goku can still go Super Saiyan Blue off of that energy. Goku was basically drained for no reason, had nothing left in this last few minutes, and still pulling out all of this power. So it would make sense for it to run out, even though it's a mastered form for the most part. Regardless if it's just a mastered form, it's still so much energy being thrown out there, especially in a fight. I see it kind of wearing out, and then Frieza getting that final attack off and ringing out Jiren. I don't see Frieza getting this wish because I don't necessarily know what he would do with it. There is a chance for him to redeem himself and get everybody revived, because with the final title being Goku Farewell Until We Meet Again, that's someone else saying that to Goku that they're not going to be seeing for a while. That's why I see Jiren surviving or being revived right after the tournament's over, and that would be weird for Frieza to even try to revive someone like that. So I don't necessarily see Frieza getting the wish, and I don't necessarily see Frieza betraying Goku at this point in time. Even if he does, it's going to be a very, very brief. Goku's going to probably be brought back within the same episode, if anything, and that'll probably be a buzzkill. If not the same episode, the next episode right after, in episode 131. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys really see that much spacing here for Frieza to get the spotlight? Because with Frieza being the character that he is, with this much hype and them hiding him, even in the previews, in the titles, in the summaries, everything that's been leaked, there's no leaked images of him showing up. He's probably hiding underneath some rubble somewhere. for a character like this just to be saved to the very end, it seems like it's more of a redeemable thing than anything, because his power is very useful in those last moments, and it seems like that's the only thing that they can fit into these time slots, because they're not going to spend half the episode with Frieza jumping into the fight when there's Mastered Ultra Instinct on the field there, and with all of the marketing, DLC and stuff being sold there, Mastered Ultra Instinct needs to show us what the hype train is about, because this is a new form, this is a new hair color for Dragon Ball Super. Yes, they kind of had silver hair before with Baby, Vegeta, and GT, but they're just kind of disregarding that completely, and they got to show this form off in as many frames as possible for as many minutes, because you want all of this hype to revolve around Goku more than Frieza, because Goku is the star of the show, and if anything, more than Jiren, more than Frieza, Goku has to take the spotlight, so you can't take it off of him while they're fighting, because to keep the spotlight on Goku, you have to keep it on Jiren, and then for the last few seconds, Frieza's gonna have to come in and do something. He has to do something, or this will be the biggest flop of all flops in these final moments. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you guys smash that like button for me, subscribe, as well as turn on notifications. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. I'll be seeing you guys next time. Take care. Peace.